And welcome back, Viper.
Yep, hello. Okay, so game number 2 time. So obviously they put me in like a little mini block so we can get both games done in one go, which is nice. So obviously you just saw me do DDI Rally Championship, blink and you'll miss it. Now get ready for something that wasn't in early access. This is in full development, has been released. I do believe the game may have been delisted, but if you can get hold of this game, absolutely pick it up. This is called Horizon Chase Turbo. It was released back in 2018. And if you've never seen this game before, again, this wasn't made by Sega. However, it may have some resemblance to what the Outrun games are, specifically the campaign I'm going to be doing. The reason why we're going with the category that we're doing is you'll see. So, Horizon Chase Turbo has made different campaigns, as you can see here. I have a world tour, there's a Ayrton Senna dedication career, which is amazing, rookie series, and summer vibes. Now, this may look familiar. So we have 11 races to do, so we pick that there, and we only have one vehicle. However, you can see here we have many different colour schemes, all to differentiate certain things. So we have Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Miami Vice, I'm not quite sure about the blue one, I can't remember. Orange is the new black, obviously LGBT friendly, and typical Outrun. So we are going to go with Outrun because it wouldn't be any different if we hadn't. Yeah, that is going to be time in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Okay, so Outrun Chase Turbo, Horizon Chase Turbo, sorry. I say Outrun Chase Turbo. Has vehicles in it that look licensed but aren't. So here's the gist of it. It's very similar to the likes of if you've ever played if you've ever played the games like Lotus Esprit Turbo Challenge. This is essentially the indie version of said game. So we have a fair few different vehicles in here. Now obviously we're going to catch up with AI on the corners here, and I'm also going to make sure that I can use boost wherever possible. So we're going to boost down here, and that should help a little bit with a few bits. So there is actually a couple of things in here. One of the main things above all else is the fact that we do have some turbos that we can pick up during the races, and I'm going to use them wherever I can. Now we do have at the front here, there is a vehicle that also looks very similar to ours, and you'd be right, because it is. I presume it's supposed to be our I won't say our clone, but like it's our rival, or he's going to be our rival. There we go. So the idea of this is to obviously make sure, now you only get a limited amount of boost here, you also obviously have to make sure that you're able to pick up the petrol canisters as well, to keep your fuel topped up, because again, works in a similar way to that as well. So I'm going to pick up a bit of fuel there, and I'm also going to cross the line. There we go, nice and easy, and there we go. So one race done, dead easy. So we drive a car called the Horizon Chaser. So yeah, gonna immediately get going. Now, obviously, I could have picked any of the colours or anything like that, but the problem is, if I do that, it doesn't really give the sense of Outrun. Now, obviously, when they made the game as well, it's kind of worth mentioning. So, I mentioned about how it takes like a similar sort of circumstance based off. So, what I mean is that like you have a couple of things. One of them being obviously the art style. It's got this animated looking art style, which is quite nice. But then the other thing is as well is the fact that the game's music was made in collaboration by the same person who did the Lotus Esprit Turbo Challenge games for the Amiga, which is quite a cool little fact to find out. I forget what the guy's called, but if you look up his name, you'll see who he is. But yeah, the person who's at the front, by the way, this other chaser, yeah, he's not very nice. He will try and take me out if he gets given the chance. But yeah, for the most part, we should be fine. Excuse me. You can see here that the tracks aren't too difficult in design. The main idea of the game, obviously, is to make sure that you win the races as best as possible. You may notice as well that I'm picking up these blue tokens. So I don't actually have to pick these up, but when you do the race for the first time, one of the things you'll have to do, or you can try to do, to give you a bit more of an extra challenge, is pick all the tokens up in the game and go from there. Also, I may have forgot to pick up fuel. I've just seen that I'm very low on fuel. Where is the fuel, I wonder? Yeah, look, fuel is low. Okay, we may make it. We may make this. If I'm fast enough, we may make it. So it goes nothing, I guess. I'm on the last one. Where is it? There we go. Just about made it over the line. I was going that fine. My God. I didn't think I actually needed fuel in that one. I thought it was good enough, but we'll try and pick up fuel wherever possible. That was very close. Very, very close. So yeah, this race I always think looks like a foot. Now there's only two laps of this, so making progress in the first lap is crucial. Especially when you've got to overtake the cars and things like that as well. Now obviously, if I get hit by a car, I can lose my momentum, lose my speed. Now obviously I want to make sure that I'm not losing my momentum, because if I do that, then obviously it'll be a bit tricky. So I'm going to kind of go for these blue tokens over here. They don't actually give you anything other than, at the time, they do give you a couple of bits and pieces, but I'm going to collect the fuel canisters. There we go. So I'm going to collect 7 fuel canisters here. So I'm going to be on 7 boost canisters. So I'm going to collect the fuel on both sides here as well, because Ferrari be hungry. The one thing I will mention is that the music is very nice. So much so that there was a game series called Top Racer Collection, which, if you've never heard of Top Racer Collection, is essentially, if you remember the Top Gear games from the NES, SNES days, they did like a remake called Top Racer Collection, and the music, some of the tracks for the game, is from Horizon Chase Turbo, which is certainly something, I can tell you that much. Also, for some reason, he's really trying to get away, isn't he, in that black Ferrari. My advice, I don't take no prisoners. So I've got 3 boosts there, which I'm going to try and use, I would say sparingly, but it's fine. So I do want to make sure, there we go, that I can use them down this back straight here. I want to save one for the final straight as well, just because of the fact that we probably will need it. Boost down here, there we go. All the way to the end there we go. Nice! And there we go. So a lot of these races should be easy. There are a few that are a bit difficult, but yeah, we're gonna carry on moving on. Like I said, there are 11 races altogether. Time obviously finishes when we get to the last one. So this is Sunglass Road. Now I will point out as well, now I don't know if this was a thing in the Lotus Esprit games, but if I pause the game for whatever reason, then what I can do is, I'll show you what I mean. If I'm going at like speed, I can probably show you. It might be easier if I do that actually. So if I pause my game real quick like that and then go to resume, it does this countdown thing. So it gives you like a few seconds rather than jump back in at full pace. It can actually like give you a slow count, like a quick countdown, basically to say, hey, get ready. You're going to start racing again. Yeah, so this one's going to be about the corners more than anything else, so catching the AI on the corners if we can do it. Now, as I said, if I hit the AI, then obviously they will slow me down. It's also kind of funny as well to me that there are a few vehicles in this game which are supposed to be miles faster than my Ferrari, yet are about the same speed. Pardon me. Why exactly, I don't know, but yeah, I do find it kind of funny, to be honest. Yeah, it's kind of hilarious. Also, I'm gonna go past our other outrun chaser here. Just about made that. There we go. I do have to be careful because the AI can easily come up and get me if I'm not careful. Luckily, that was nice, actually. We've got another boost there, so I'm going to quickly use that. Very nice. Use that to get away from my competition. I'll use it down the back straight as well. Some of the tracks can be very barbaric, I'll say, with what they are designed like. Others are fairly easy and fairly straightforward, so it's not like the end of the world. So a lot of them can be fairly straightforward. Again, this is a game that you can easily get used to. It's not something that I think you'll struggle with. You may struggle to win some of the latter races, but again, that's to be expected. You know, games get harder as they go, so that's all. And with that, we are done with that race. They're about 2 minutes apiece. Some are a minute and a half, some are a lot quicker than others, but again, nothing too bad. There we go. So this one in particular is an interesting one because essentially it's like a big M. It's county roads. So you can see here we've got 4 laps, and one of these laps you can see even if we used one boost per race, we wouldn't actually have anything here. There would be like no boost whatsoever. So yeah, we do have to be careful. Obviously I've already used one of the boosts, which is a shame, but yeah, nothing too bad at least. Like I said, we just have to keep it cool, keep it in there, and we should be good. Very nice. The laps do go by kind of quickly as well because there's 4 laps. I do quite like the race through the rock interface. That's quite a nice touch, to be honest. Going through here. There we go. Again, the music is fantastic. So I can't not knock it for the music in this game. I really can't. I do think there's another boost in the middle of the road. I think I could be wrong on that one. But if there is, then great. That means I can use my boost here, and I'm also going to whack him out the way. Not that I can do much anywhere on the back straight here. Oh, there you are. You're in front of me again. Okay. Maybe, just maybe, there may be a boost in the middle here. Oh, it's on the edge. Never mind. It's more on the outskirts. We get there. So again, I don't have a boost here, so I can't really use anything here. So we'll keep our eyes up for the guy behind whilst I'm driving. You can use the grass to slow you down if you wish to do so, but obviously it's not advised given that there are signposts on the outside of the tracks. Excuse me. Right, so now we should be able to get this boost. There it is. So I'm going to just quickly spin around here, and there we go. Wasn't where I wanted to use the boost, to be honest. I did want to use it on the main straight to gain a bit more time rather than going around the corners, but there you go. There we go. Very nice. Okay, so Los Caminos, I think is how you say it, I'm not sure. So again, we have to be careful with where we encounter the AI and where we pass them. The AI is completely random, by the way, so sometimes you might find that the AI can be easy to overtake on certain corners. Others, they can just be an absolute ball ache. For example, like here, it's like, oh, okay, I've got a boost can here, so I can use that whenever. But obviously, I don't want to be using it just yet. Excuse me. So we've got another boost can here. So we're on 4 laps, bear in mind. So I have got 4 laps to use this. And get rid of that there. Obviously, the corners are the main thing. You more or less want to pay attention to the corners and getting that right. If you don't get it right, it's not the end of the world, but at the same time, I think getting better corners is a better idea than anything else. So, there we go. Also, he's used the boost, that's fine. We'll still catch him, eventually. There we go. I'll use my boost here, and I'll use that to get past him there. First corner. Believe it or not, the best place to actually catch and pass the AI is when you do the... Yeah, the best place to catch the AI and pass them is during the corners. Because for some weird reason, they just... they absolutely hate the... taking corners flat out. I mean, we can. They absolutely hate it though. They're like, yeah, I'm not a big fan of it. I don't know why, they're just not. But, there you go. So yeah, like I said, I can clearly see the inspiration here for like, you know, from games like Outrun and the original Outrun, and like I said, Lotus Esprit Turbo Challenge, that sort of era of games. Like I said, this might not be made by Sega, but obviously you know that it's dedicated to Sega. In some regard or another, of course. And obviously you know the vehicles aren't licensed, but they're supposed to be. It's like, well then, you know, copy my homework, but don't make it obvious. That sort of thing. So now we have a really bizarre, really bizarre circuit. So this is called Route 1. You can see here, it's in like the style of a mushroom. So that's the other thing as well. You may notice as well at the start of the races that I'm revving up. That's simply because of the fact that what I can do is I can, if I so desire, I can literally do whatever I like with it, really. It's like I can rev the car up and everything. What I mean is, by say I can do whatever I like, is that I can, if I so choose to do so, I can get a boost start at the start of the race. So I'm gonna hopefully get round him. There we go. There is actually a boost that I did miss on the first lap, but that's fine. It's not the end of the world. I may miss it again, so keep an eye out, blink and you'll miss it. It literally is a case of there's no other way of going about it. There we go. So there, again, nice and easy, just a long left turn here. As I said, I don't have to collect the blue tokens, they're not necessary. If I was doing like a 100% run or something like that, obviously I would have to collect them, but yeah, the collectathon is essentially like a third goal that we don't need to get. The main goal is to win. Second goal is to pick up all of the... I think it's actually, no, sorry, the first goal is to win, second goal is to collect all tokens. Optional one is to, well, the optional one is just to collect all the boosts. But again, it's not really an objective, it's just part of the game. That finishes that race, nice and easy. Easy peasy, less than 2 minutes as well. But yeah, so one thing I haven't actually mentioned about Horizon Chase Turbo. So Horizon Chase Turbo, as I said, released back in 2018, but it got a sequel called Horizon Chase 2. Now, Horizon Chase 2 was on Apple Arcade, I think it was called, which did annoy me a little bit because I really wanted to play Horizon Chase 2. And then eventually they actually moved it to the Epic Games Store. Now, unfortunately, it's Epic Games. It's like, but I think it may be on Steam now. I can't remember if they did eventually put it on Steam. If it is, definitely do yourselves a favor and grab it. As I said, you can grab, if you so desire, you can grab the first game. I think it may have already been delisted now. Pardon me, but they have delisted it from, I think, one of the storefronts. I'm not sure when it got delisted, but they basically said, hey, our game's going to be delisted from storefronts, unfortunately, so if you want to grab the game, now's the time to do it. I do believe you can still get it at a good good value. which is pretty good. So you can, if you find this on a storefront, definitely recommend picking it up. All good fun. Oh, excuse me. Blimey. There we are. And across the line. I forgot to actually use the boost there, so that's all good. Kiddo. On to the next race. So we're now on Summer Rain. Summer Rain is a tricky track, I'll be honest. This was one that I struggled with during practice. Mainly because the fact that you can, as you can see, there is way more than enough cars to fit on this road. I wish I was joking, but like, yeah, you can see here just like how difficult this is. Like, narrow circuit. Obviously, if you hit a car as well, you can easily go off the track if you're not careful. Now I can boost here and hopefully make it through. No, I cannot. Yeah, I decided to be a bit of a pain about it, that's fine. Whoa, okay, my eyes are going all over the place with this one. I forget that this track can't be like that. This may actually mess with a few people's eyesight, seeing like constantly going like left, right, left, right, left, right. But here we are. Luckily, I do have the straight that I can use this on. Can I get past either of you guys? Okay, you're using boost. I'm not going to follow that because... Holy cow, I'm not doing that. Get in the straights, I think. Catch it in the corners and then boost past it on the straights, I think. There we are. There we go. Nice. Again, we'll make sure that we get past this without my eyes going all over the place. So I think we should be all good to do it during this corner. Yeah, I'll do it here. Why not? And there we go, another race done and dusted. These races are feeling a lot quicker than the previous ones. I think the other ones were like 2 minutes in length. These ones are about a minute and a bit. This one looks very short. I can't remember much about this circuit, but yeah, very short circuit. Las Prisas. Now, obviously, again, the rain does have an effect, surprisingly. It's not one of them where it's just for show. That was a shame I hit that car at the start, but whatever. We go from it. It's fine. Also, I am very surprised that I got all that. We may actually get all the tokens on the first lap here. Should be amazing if we can. No, not quite. Nearly. Nearly got them all on the first lap. There we go. Now there is a boost that I missed. It was there. It was on my left. God damn it. Never mind. So you can actually use a boost through this back section here, but obviously I'm choosing not to. Also, there was the token again that I missed again. Okay, so there we go. Right, we've got that boost. That's good. So now what I need to do is collect that token. Where is it? No, it's there. I can't collect it. I try again. It's like, come on, just let me get that token. Please let me just get that token. Even though it's not, it's part of the game, but obviously I've already collected all tokens for this. It'd be nice to collect it. Okay, here we go. No, missed it. Okay, well, oh well. Not the end of the world, is it? There we go. Again, 1 minute 20, dead easy, done. So we've got the last two races here, and obviously this one being a bit of a tricky one. Coloured Ocean. I mean, the track, yeah. I can see how this might be a problem. Yeah, maybe a big problem. I mean, we've got enough fuel, so we should be fine. This one will be... Oh, okay, we have a boost. There's a boost, okay. Good to know that it's actually there. I do like how what cars are in this as well. Obviously, you have a mix of modern vehicles and classics. So obviously, we're like a Ferrari, whatever it is. I think it's a, I don't know what the one was used in Outrun. I think it was a F355 or something. So yeah, they've got more modern vehicles and very classical vehicles as well. Bit of a shame, but still. Whoops. That corner always throws me off. I will grab that boost because it was here. It was on the end. Also, it was that big blooming Dodge Charger. I'd say Dominic Toretto was in that, to be honest. Wouldn't be surprised. There we go. We're up to 4th, that's good. Which means I think I've only got 3 cars to catch. I got 3. I've got 1 lap to do it. Picked all the tokens up. Okay, last lap. Oh, well. That almost wrecks it, but doesn't. I think we may still be able to get him if we're lucky here. Because, believe it or not, catch-up is on. You do have a catch-up mechanic in this game, so there we go. Oh god, hello. I do have 2 boosts. I do want to be careful where I use it. So I'm going to use 1 here, so I can get around this corner a bit quicker. The other one I might use near the end, I don't know where. Not decided yet. Here, maybe, that might be a good time to use it. Okay, we just about clutched that one back. My god. Whew. Just, only just. Tricky race, we got there. On to the last race, so this is where time will be. Time will be after I finish this race and I cross the line. So this is Sunset Racer. There we go. Now, I'm trying to figure out where, if any, just trying to figure out if there's any boost on this track. I cannot remember for the life of me if there is. I doubt it, but you never know. Oh, god, hello. Okay, game's not letting me have that one. Okay, fine. It really isn't letting me have that, is it? There we go. Nice, got the token. Now, I'll be honest, given how fast first place is and how far in the way he is, I think we might be able to catch him. Mainly through corners, but I don't know. There we go. Okay, we're literally at the final hurdle here. Right, kiddo. Ready on time. Time. There we go. And there you go. That's time. Very nice. Very nice. And yeah, that is it for the Summer Vibes category. Like I said, the game was delisted. This game unfortunately was delisted on the 1st of June. Well, I didn't say it 1st of June, but somebody mentioned it was delisted on the 1st of June, so only literally a week ago. You can still get it, I believe, on different storefronts, but if you can't, definitely go and hunt this game down and give it a shot. It is good fun. The leaderboard's quite active. Most notably, I've noticed that this game is very popular with the Brazilians because the main company behind it is a Brazilian company, so it kind of makes sense. Yeah, there are different categories and things like that. There's DLCs as well. So you have Summer Vibes here. There's the Rookie Series, the Senna Forever, which is a entire DLC dedicated to Ayrton Senna and World Tour. There's other ones as well. There's Adventures Tournament and an Endurance, which the Endurance is basically, it gives you a race to do and says, can you make it all the way through? It could take like a few hours if you make it last. But it is a real shame this game got delisted. I mean, like I said, I've luckily been fortunate to get it on Steam, and I had it on Steam I believe it was free to pick up, or very cheap to pick up in its last few days before it was delisted. But still, it's a nice little game. If you wish to do so, like I said, Horizon Chase Turbo, great little game. Feel free to pick it up. In 2000 and I think it was 2021 or 2022. They released Horizon Chase 2. So, I mean, I'd give it its full proper title, Horizon Chase Turbo 2, but it's called Horizon Chase 2. It's essentially a sequel to this with more cars and more tracks and everything. I've yet to play it, even though I bought it. I believe that was originally on the Apple Arcade. So if you've got that, you can play it on there. It has come to PC via means of you can get it on Nintendo Switch. As well as this game, I believe you can get this on the Switch as well. And what else? Yeah, so you can get this on Switch and PC. Chase 2 was on Apple Arcade, PC via Epic Games Store. Whether they brought it out on Steam, I'm not sure, but maybe. Double check on that. It is obviously on the Switch as well, the sequel. So if you want to pick this up for a Switch, you can do. If you want to pick it up on PC, obviously you have your own means of how you're going to get it, but feel free to pick it up and yeah, give it a try. If you can buy it, definitely recommend picking it up. Unless it's like 500 quid, then up to you if you want to do that. But yeah, I just want to quickly say as well that this is my last marathon appearance for a good few months. Quite glad to end it with SEGATHON, really. It's been a good fun ride for the last couple of years. I will be back. So I know that SEGATHON runs like once a year, give or take, so I tend to obviously come back for that. But yeah, many thanks to SEGATHON and the crew for having me do these games, and feel free to pick them up, give them both a try. DDI Rally Championship, the game I showed before, doesn't have a leaderboard, but it has an in-game timer, so you can go up whatever your fastest in-game time is. Anyway, pardon me, that's going to be all from me. Apologies for the coughing during this. Not been great last few days, so I'm quite glad that I was able to feel good enough that I could do this. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to stop talking and I'll let you guys head off to an intermission. As again, thanks very much for SegaThon for having me. You can find me over at ViperRaces on Twitch or Viper UK over on Blue Sky, and that's about it. So yeah, thanks for watching, and yeah, I'll hand it back over.